Hello, everyone, and welcome to Twillow Stache. Today, it is myself, Tanys from the Twillow Lifestyle Community, Twillow Lifestyle Academy. And we have my beautiful co-host over there, Jennifer Jurkofsky from My Holistic Self. And we have our monthly guest, Twillow Stache host. Host, yes, correct. Host. He is a monthly host that joins us once a month, which we are always happy and excited when he joins us. So welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here. It's great to be here.
Awesome. And then we have a bunch of people to say hello to, so we'll just say hello to people quickly. Old Windwalker, welcome, welcome.
Hello, hello. Thanks for joining us.
We have Nalani.
Nalani.
Hello, hello. And Maru, Meta Maru, welcome. Maruda.
Yay.
And Kaylee, welcome. Fogo Pogo Kaylee. And I don't know who this dude is, but he's saying howdy.
Cause trouble.
And Nalani says, I think I'm coming out of my dark night, but still expecting a shoe to drop. Feels weird, like I'm learning to walk again, but getting downloads too. Okay. Well, hold on to the light there and move through. And we have Annie Bear. Welcome.
Hi, Annie Bear.
Welcome.
Hello, hello, Annie.
And Shining Bright, Bring Light, Laura. Welcome. Welcome.
Hello.
Good to see you all. And Annie Bear says hello to Gerald, and then hello, ladies. So
Awesome.
welcome.
Yeah.
So it's quite a thing. So how is everybody feeling? Because it's been a day, apparently. Maybe a couple of days, because we've had some big stuff on the weekend. So I'm just wondering how you guys are feeling. Let us know how you're doing while I jump into our weather forecast.
Please do.
Mm-hmm. So when we look at our solar flares, we have not had a lot of activity in the solar flares, but that is not where the action is at the moment. The KP index, again, has been fairly quiet. The action is in the Schumann. So if I close out my ads here, which always add up, and we look here, this is where we're seeing the action. So yesterday we had a huge influx of lots of energy, and we are feeling that today. You can probably feel energy like going through the body. And we have 55 on the Schumann. Keeping in mind, this is often the baseline is what they call it, is 7.8 hertz. So 55 is, as it says, intense today. So that is our weather. When we have that, of course, we feel all sorts of feels. And that is where everybody's at. It often, I think, what I've been feeling from clients and that today is a sense of anxiety, a sense of like this, which is often that sort of high vibration coming in. So definitely time to care for yourself in these times. But Jen has the other reason why we are feeling the way we are.
Well, yeah. So on the 11th, give or take, we moved into the gate 42. The gate 42 is the gate of expectation, moving to celebration through the gift of detachment. And so the energy this week is, it can be very cyclical and experiential, but it really is about it governing like our relationships and that idea of like completion or being able to grow. So the gate 42, I can show that to you guys, right? It's the gate of increase or the gate of growth. It really is about like letting go of living and dying, according to Richard, right? It's that energy of like, how do I allow myself to have that growth come, but releasing that expectation, right? That's that expectation to detachment, shadow to the gift. And so the shadow here will often show up, like expectation will show up as like disappointment when an outcome doesn't go the way we want it to, or an inability to let go, clinging to what is, or trying to control the way that something unfolds or even how something ends. And it's so interesting because we talk about patterns, and over, from mid of last week into this week, like this really has been a pattern with people that I've noticed is this, like, how do I work on letting go or not trying to make it be a certain way, or the kind of rumination that gets in our mind that makes us need to continue to like hold on, right? So, that inner thought may be going like, I'm only satisfied when things turn out the way I want them to. And otherwise, I'm not going to be satisfied.
Yeah.
And so if that energy is showing up for you, then, it's about looking at that and going, okay, what is it that I'm forcing? What is it that I'm trying to make be a certain way? Because there is a freedom with completion. And that's the whole idea of that detachment, because detachment can emerge when we allow our experiences to unfold and complete without clinging to the outcome of them. Right. So this is our ability to stay present without the attachment, appreciation of things without like having to hold on to them. Right. This is those moments where, how we talk about, the low feelings or the difficult feelings. Sometimes we get caught up in, this is all there is. When I feel sad or when I'm upset, like that becomes the only thing there is. But then when we have those moments of like joy or excitement, there is that potential to go, this isn't going to last. Oh, when is this going to end? When is, as earlier, when is that other shoe going to drop? When is something going to happen? And so then we cling, right? And then we end up not really being able to be present in the experience anyway. And so this ability to detach, and in here it's detachment, but I like to talk about that, like detachment with love. Like I can still love and appreciate and hold on to something that brings me joy without needing to make it last forever. Right? There is something beautiful in that ease of letting go and just letting something be how it is. And so that's really the energy that we're looking at, because that brings emotional freedom to us. That brings true fulfillment when we're able to sit with clarity and recognize that lightness that can also come with transition, even if it's not necessarily what we want it to be. So we are in this gate, like I said, until the 16th. So we're pretty much midway through it right now. And the reflections for this one, I would say, like, where am I holding on to expectations about how something is supposed to be or how something should end? And what would it feel like if I allowed the cycle to complete naturally? Right? Where am I resisting letting go? And how can I honor what has been without clinging to it? Okay, so the affirmation for this gate is, I release expectation and trust the natural unfolding of life. I allow cycles to complete with ease and grace. In letting go, I discover true fulfillment.
Mm.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. There's lots coming here.
There's a lot of comments.
Okay. I'll back up here. Let's go. Where are we? We did that one. Okay. Ah, nice. Annie Bear took Aqua Lead with Kaylee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Awesome. That's wonderful.
Amazing.
And Kaylee says she was up 12:30 a.m. this morning. Sleep is still a battle. Feeling good otherwise. Lots of ear ringing today. Yes.
Mm.
Laura says, I didn't find it too bad emotions-wise, but very fatigued. We all do. We all feel these energies in a different way in our body, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Annie Bear, would this influx affect legs? Yes, it might. You know, I find that with mine. If there's a big influx, my hips and legs, I feel it in them. So it can certainly affect our bodies in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And Kaylee says lots of anxiety too. Annie Bear, deep release dreaming, still waiting to exhale.
I've been having a lot of dreams, very active dreams. So
Yes, me too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually remembering my dreams, which is
nice.
That's good. I changed my directive. I didn't used to want to remember my dreams, but I do now, and they're okay. So, and then we have dreaming of releasing sorrow. Yes, very good. It's nice to do it in the dream time.
Yes.
Do those releases.
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Congratulations, Nalani.
Yay.
12th anniversary of being cancer-free. Woohoo.
Mm.
Yes. Simply allowing is very liberating.
Absolutely.
Indeed. Thanks, Kaylee.
Anybody know her teacher?
And Laura says she was up at 3:30 a.m. again.
A lot of times people are up at like 3 or 3:30. It's a very natural.
Absolutely.
It's a very natural time to wake up. I'm not sure exactly why at one point.
Some lady in her basement. That would be me. That's what I always say. It's just me in my basement. Yes, it is a natural time. Indeed.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's like a shift or, it's like the track change on it's like the album change on the LPs. For those of you who are old enough to remember LPs and when you could stack them, drop down, and so that's just one changing. I don't know, but that's the 3:30 does tend to be a time. Yeah.
Isn't it like the bewitching hour? It used to be that the veils were more thin at that time, so you could connect more.
I could do an odd little search.
Yeah, that's normally what I've always associated them with. But it is very much like Gerald said, because when that veil is thin, there is a switching of energies. There is a changeover, right? And
exactly.
When we're sensitive to it,
we feel it.
We feel it. Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Kendra.
Hey, Kendra.
LPs have made a comeback. They have.
Mm-hmm.
They actually have, and they're really bright and colorful and all that stuff. So,
yeah. When my son came home with a record player, we were shocked. My husband was a DJ at one point, so he was very much records. And then, of course, as time went on, we released many of those. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome. Thank you, Kendra.
Yeah. So it's really interesting, right? Like we're in this energy, and as much as, there's this, we're talking about expectation and stuff like that. I think that there is something in that because we have these expectations of I'm going to sleep through the night, or, we have downloads, and then there's this expectation of, oh, my body's going to feel this or that. And, we know how much the mind impacts the physical as well. So just being really aware of how expectation is showing up in our experience, not just of expecting an outcome somewhere, but also that expectation within ourselves, and then how that kind of comes to fruition. I had an experience over the last few days where one thing was coming up for me. And as it did, the mind very much wanted to just move into that. And physically, I could feel the shifts moving into that energy. And then it was like, oh no, that's not what's going on. Okay, it's this. And then all of a sudden, the mind having a concept went, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, all the physical things shifted into this other thing. And I went, wow. Like the extent to the psychosomatic way that the body and the mind are working together is so interesting. And then when we look at expectation of like how something should be or how we think it's going to be, there's such an interesting kind of unfolding that happens if we're aware and observing of it. Because then we actually have the ability to shift what's happening, right? The moment I went, okay, this is evidently this, then all of a sudden it was fine. And that was it. So it's just, again, like Gerald's little, like, not medical, like, entertainment purposes.
You mean this one?
Mm-hmm.
For entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance. Really?
That one, right? Yes. And so I'm not saying to negate if you're having like sensations or feelings or anything like that in the body, like do what you need to do. But it's just really fascinating when we recognize how we can shift something in our consciousness and it just kind of shifts in the physical as well.
It goes back to that idea we were talking about, Jennifer, about being dysregulated. And sort of because we're not finding our baseline, our true baseline. When we find our true baseline, we get out of the way and allow things to flow as they naturally would, instead of putting rocks up in the way of the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the rocks can be our own fear, right? And our own stories that our brain is telling us, and which it loves to do. So,
yeah, what, the brain tells us stories?
Who knew?
All the time.
Exactly. I like that.
I've had that though. That where you think something is going on, and the more energy you put into it, the more you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because where you focus is where energy flows. That's exactly right.
Yeah. And we just don't realize how much we are creator beings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we create.
The dogs are going to join us.
I think so. I think they're knocking on the door is what I'm hearing.
They're knocking on the door.
There's always room for an animal.
There is.
They're knocking. Come on in. You gonna come up and say hi?
Who have we got today? Bear?
This is Sebastian.
All right. Hi, Sebby.
And I think this is an interesting thing, because oftentimes pets are really very helpful at helping us to calm down and to allow things to happen and to flow.
Mm-hmm.
So very good medicine. So
they are indeed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they are there and they ease the stress, and other times they are there and they cause the stress.
Yes. Yeah.
Like when they're jumping on you.
I love it.
In the show.
Those things are true.
Yes. They mean well. There's never, a malintent.
No.
Well, I shouldn't say never. I guess there could be with ones
cats.
that are. Yes.
No hate to cats. No hate to cats. I love me a cat. So,
but we have all seen those videos where there's something on the edge and they walk over and they look at you and they go and they walk away.
They just use their tiny hand and go boop.
Yep.
But even that's for attention more than anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
I
Kendra
hear
said,
the
I
word.
hear the word dysregulated so often now. I never realized what it actually was until my son was diagnosed as autistic. And now it makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is a focus right now because there's so much coming at us, whether it's from the world stage, whether it's within each of us, whether it's the neutrinos and the solar flares and all of it together. We need to stay regulated. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely. So check out, these two had a show on it last week.
It was
Last
2
Monday.
weeks.
Last Monday. So the 6th.
I think
It was the 6th. Yes.
So go check out that if you need some tips. I'm sure they are wonderful tips.
So,
It was a really good conversation.
it was very, very empowering. And I think there are times when just having the right word to describe what one is feeling is so energizing. The sense, because a lot of times I think that's what happens with, children and teenagers. They don't have the words for what they're feeling.
Mm.
And searching for it is very awkward and painful because nobody wants to feel dumb or look dumb.
Yeah.
And it is one of those moments of where we go, oh, that's a good word. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And she says, I believe I got to 65 without realizing I might be on the spectrum. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's very possible because, even now they're, beginning to recognize the difference of how some of the divergence show up in people. But, it's only new that they even recognize that it shows up differently in females than it does in males. Like this has been an ongoing kind of thing where, we're still learning and we're always still learning.
Absolutely. Or it's simply signs of a starseed. I think many, it can be. Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you, Gerald. Definitely, Gerald, even more so when you're considered nonverbal. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that was one of the first things I remember, like even working with, kids on the spectrum, like that dysregulation that comes in, when we aren't able to express. And sometimes it's that we can't express because of that nonverbal that comes in. Sometimes we can't express because we don't know. Right? Like,
it's hard to figure out where we're at sometimes.
Yeah. I learned when I was doing postgraduate work in Gestalt therapy and in my own therapy, it's okay to say you don't know how you feel.
Yeah.
Because that's the truth. And by saying you don't know, opens that gateway to exploring what it might be. And so when we're doing this thing where we're having the inability to let go, or we're trying to control things, part of it is we're trying to name it. From a magic standpoint, when you can name something, for entertainment purposes only and based upon what your practice is, if you can name something, you can control it. So there's a great deal of power of, it's like, ooh, okay, now I know what that is. And suddenly there's a huge exhale. I think Nalani had said something that she was waiting to exhale.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not sure where she fits in just yet.
We'll have fun trying to find it.
Yeah. Years ago, you were lazy or not trying hard enough or something like that. We had to adapt and make our own go-arounds.
It's true.
Yeah. And more than anything, like, I think too, like, diagnoses and all of that, like, I don't begrudge anybody a diagnosis. I think that they're valuable and they can tell us a lot of things. But something like the autism spectrum, remember, it's a spectrum, right? So, even just starting with, let me just try some tools that are out there. Let me just try a few things that, people who have said they've had a similar experience to me have said, oh, this actually helps, right? And see if it works for you, because diagnoses are not, these tools are helpful, right? They give us opportunities to try new things, to try things differently, to hold space for what's possible. And if that helps us to regulate, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
What I like to look at is a diagnosis should be empowering, because you can now understand a perspective, something you didn't have before.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore you can look for different opportunities and different practices or different methods to support yourself. I get very frustrated when suddenly in people's mind a diagnosis is a limitation.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, your mileage may vary, but it is so, it's, let's regulate the idea of, oh, okay, we have this. Now that opens up new lines of thinking and new approaches. So I love the idea of let's frame this differently. Instead of giving it a shadow of darkness, you don't have to celebrate it. You don't have to get on the corner and scream and shout and all that stuff, but you can recognize it and see and understand what opportunity it brings and what connection.
Yeah.
And I think thinking about it as like not putting yourself in that box per se, right? It doesn't have to be a box that you're in.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, we've talked about this even in our talks with human design and stuff like that. It's not meant to become a defining factor for us. It's just meant to help us gain more understanding. And so it's not about being like, oh no, I have this, but it's also not meant to be an excuse of, oh, well, now I have this, so whatever, right? It's just here's a parameter that I get to look at and then decide how I want to operate with that. And within that, and where do I want to push the boundaries, and where do I want to feel good and stay in them? Where does that feel sustainable? Where does it feel supportive? Like, those are the things that we want to look at more than the clinical side of it necessarily.
Yeah. I tell you when, Oh, hi, Linda.
Hey, Linda.
I agree with what Kendra said. Education needs to be modified. And when, and again, normalize that. Oh, okay. I have a child here who needs to be able to move their legs while they're taking a test. Okay. I have a child here who needs to sit in the front of the class so that they can see until they get their glasses.
Mm-hmm.
I have a child who needs to take a nap after eating so that they can be there. And again, Gerald, you haven't seen this in a while, but welcome to Gerald's soapbox. I wish we could normalize the idea of everyone is unique.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take that much effort to make room at the table for them.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't want it to. So all right, I'm gonna take a sip and let somebody else talk for a while.
Well, we all have our needs, right? We all have our own unique set of needs, and really helping each other to fulfill those needs is part of us all being in relationship with each other, in community, in classroom, in whatever that may be.
Yeah.
So
And we have to be able to,
Hey, Pamela.
and I have to get better at this, hi Pamela, of letting people, just meeting people where they are. It means I have to shift my focus and shift my approach. And this is where a lot of times I think empaths can have some beautiful skills. You can have a feeling of how someone is feeling. You have to understand it's theirs. And
Yeah.
you can share space with them, and you can recognize people where they are.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I think this is where we get so caught up in, well, this is just how it's been, right? Or this is just how it's done. Or this is just whatever, right? And that ability to think outside the box, to do it differently, to change it, you know, and we were talking about this a little bit before, that idea that, you know, like when it comes to where we're at in the world, like we take on so much information, right? From the news and everything else. We've got all this stuff bombarding us all of the time. But ultimately, like we're here and we're meant to know about what we have the ability to impact, right? And now I can't impact a war, but I can impact the people around me. I can impact my family. I can impact my friends. I can have an impact for, you know, those who I'm meant to touch.
yes.
And that's it. And they can also have that impact on me. But I recognize that, you know, in systems and things like that, like we think like, oh, well, it's the system and the system's broken and I can't fix the system. But in one room, I impact every single person in that room. So if I do just one thing differently, I am changing a system, even if I don't realize the extent to which I'm doing it.
Yeah.
It is so important to keep showing up and doing something, a small thing. You never know when that small thing is going to support somebody in the moments of when they have the inability to let go and they're trying to control, and it suddenly gives them the ability to go, wonder, you know, maybe if I allow this cycle to complete naturally instead of fighting up against it, it can be really, really empowering. And I'm a firm believer we never know the impact we have.
True.
Never.
It's true. It's true. You know, it always brings me back to that. If you think that you are too small to make a difference, just think of the mosquito, the one little mosquito in the room or in the tent. It can keep everybody up. We'd like it to be a more positive impact than that, but it is like a tiny little mosquito.
Wow, I've not heard
Everybody
it
up.
like that before.
That is my filter going through with that because, you know, I've been there.
But it's so true.
It's just one little thing. So if we can have that, if that little mosquito can have that much influence, you can, you know, think about how much bigger we are energetically and how much our energy affects the rooms that we're in just by being us. So like Nalani says here, shine because it matters.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. You may be the only smile someone's seen today.
Yes. I did a show earlier today, no apologies. It was caffeinated and unfiltered readings to remind you to stop shrinking who you are and to lean into who you are. And the idea, also, you think about this, if you're a candle and you share that light with somebody else and you've lit their candle, you still have a flame on your candle. It did not lessen your flame at all.
Exactly.
So, and I think it's great. And we never know where we are when we charge somebody. And, you know, leading with a smile is is helpful. You never know the kind of day somebody has had. But, you know, or just, it doesn't have to be a smile. Nobody likes to see the phony smile.
I don't know. Your funny smile's kind of cute, Gerald.
Yeah. But what if I do it this way?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. How long can you stare at that?
Well, we love you, Gerald, so we could stare at it for a long time. But
well, and everybody is not a smiler, and I get that. I used to teach customer service training, and what matters is energetically, you're putting something out there. You can smile with your eyes. You can make eye contact that is inviting and warm. And I think even more important these days is that you actually see the person that is helping you.
Yeah. I have a friend who everybody they run into, they ask them their name. They may not remember it 2 minutes later, but when you ask someone's name, they feel seen.
Sure.
They feel like they matter.
Yes.
I think it's awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's such an important piece too, Gerald, in that being seen piece, right? So like asking a name is wonderful. Sometimes we don't have the ability to, but you know, just being able to be in that space and to actually look at someone, to acknowledge their existence.
Yeah, I remember, people, I don't know who's been blocked these days or who's been canceled. I remember after 9/11, there were people talking about what it was like in New York. And I think it was Rosie O'Donnell who actually was giving someone money, and they were of a particular ethnic group, and she held the money and wouldn't let it go until the person looked up at her and they made eye contact. And she smiled at her. And I'm like, wow, that matters. I mean, think about it. How often are you smiling at your kids' faces and making eye contact? So it's yeah. And I mean, and I'm going to link this back to the Schumann. I mean, it's 55 when it's what, average 7.5?
7.8 hertz.
7.8. Yeah. I mean, 55 people. Somebody quick, do the math. What's the percentage increase of that?
Yeah. It's huge.
And it's huge. And especially when we have this, we're in gate 42.
Absolutely.
Increased.
I think we've increased.
We've increased with an increase in, what were you saying about planets in Aries or something like this?
Oh, yeah, that's a whole other thing. So this week, we actually have 7 planets together in Aries. So talk about like fiery energy that's coming through. Right. So there's going to be friction. There's going to be this, there's going to be things coming up, right? Like our moon is even conjunct with Chiron this week. So Chiron is our wounded healer. The moon is our emotions, right? And so there's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming up for us. And it's for us, right? It's not to us, it's for us. But if we can take that friction that's showing up, those things that are coming through, and we can use them to fuel change, to fuel what we want to bring forward, that's going to help us to be able to navigate this. And I think a big piece of it is, especially when we're like in this energy of expectation, and I didn't talk about it, but next week we're going into chaos, right? So we want to be really careful Yeah, I know. I didn't do that because we're switching partway through. But next, yeah, so the 16th to the 17th, so in a couple days, we're transitioning into the gate 3, which is the shadow of chaos, to the siddhi of innocence through the gift of innovation. So we'll talk about that. We'll be in it next week. But just to be able to recognize that, like, in this energy, and especially because it's this week, like this week we've got expectation and we've got chaos in the midst of having like all of these planetary alignments happening. So really don't make decisions this week. It's okay. It's okay to sit back and go, I'm going to just notice. I'm going to be the observer. I'm going to hold some space right now. And I'm going to wait until I feel grounded and I'm not in this emotional space in order to actually make a decision.
Yeah. So maybe all authorities should take that emotional authority approach, right?
I have
Let
this
the wave.
I have this new deck. It's called the Badass Era,
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
which is, purchase responsibly, know your limits. And one of the cards in there is, it's very, very empowering. And I think we just have to remember. Oh, and it came up in a reading. It was a different card, but it was like going, don't make decisions when you're angry. Don't make decisions when you're angry. The importance about that is, first of all, recognize you're angry and have the anger, but don't direct it at anyone. You do the way that you need to work with your anger. But because if you deny the anger, you're doing what gate 42 shadow doesn't want you to do. It's just like going, if you don't recognize your anger, you can't let it go and you can't make different choices.
Absolutely.
And so I am going somewhere with this. I'm not sure where I'm going. But this idea of making sure that we are giving ourselves a little bit of grace. And, and it's like, okay. And maybe if you're angry, I don't know, take a sip of water. We all probably need more hydration. You have to be alone. Linda, true. I would say don't make decisions when you're dysregulated in any way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When we talk about emotional authority, which Tanys had referenced earlier, right? It's, in the highs or the lows. It doesn't matter what you're in. You don't make a decision in that space.
Yeah. Count to 20. Yeah.
I think, it's interesting for me because after that, in preparation for our conversation, Jennifer, I needed to go, oh, that's what this is. And I was also, who are we waving to?
Sun Dragon.
Well, hi. I didn't get to wave. I was out there thinking. I was like going, wait a minute. But it is one of those things that it's like I completely miss where I am and what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to blame it on anything. It's just like it's something that I'm like going, oh. So it has been on my mind. So, of course, I'm noticing it all the time, which can be very empowering and very exhausting at the same time, which is like what we've got going on with the Schumann and the transits and all sorts of energy going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Hi, Shem.
Hey, Shem.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, it's pretty... people are uncomfortable with quiet moments, but we need them. We definitely do. We definitely do. And it's the more that we actually allow all of the different things to come in and we allow ourselves to feel the feels of them, the more aware we become of like the body sensations that signal them, so that we don't necessarily have to have the mind figuring it all out. We're able to actually go, oh, okay, my body's feeling this particular way. I know what that is. Right? Like, we were driving earlier and my partner reached over and I was like, I'm already dysregulated. I'm not feeling well. I was getting motion sickness in the car. And I'm like, my body right now is so overstimulated. I was like, I love you, but I need to be in my bubble. But because I'm aware of like, that's what's happening in my body, I can express that in a way. And he was like, okay, love you. No problem. Right. And was able to kind of take that step back. But if we don't know, we just go, get away. Right. We're not able to hold that space. So even though it can be uncomfortable, the more that we take the time to let ourselves sit in something from that observer place, the more we're able to go, oh, okay. So when I have this feeling, that's what's going on. Okay. Right. And to what you were saying earlier, once we've named it, once there's an awareness there, it's like, I can actually navigate this now.
I think that's well said. And it's a great example because as you know, someone who cares about you, when you tell them what you need, they know how to support you in the way you want to be supported. Oftentimes what happens for me is when I articulate that, suddenly the length of time it takes me to recover is significantly reduced because somebody has gone, oh, okay. It's like, wait a minute, what? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I found that when I'm in a state where I can articulate, it definitely resolves faster than when you're not in that state.
Yes.
Which can happen too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Eleni says she's connecting to the pause button lately.
The power of the pause. It is
power of the pause.
So important.
It is so important, isn't it? And why? I mean, part of me wants to... I like the idea of making it okay for people to have 5 seconds before they answer. 5 seconds feels longer than what you might think.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah.
That's that one about the pause, right? The uncomfortable quiet moments.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and pausing, like, I think the 5-second pause is wonderful, but I think that also that ability to just like put something, like, it's okay to shelf things if you're both on board to shelf something.
Yeah.
Right. And to allow, you know, we talk about co-regulation, right? We were talking about that on the other show. And this is another piece where if we're having an argument or we're disagreeing about something and we recognize that if we continue with this, we're just going to get heated. Right? It's not going to go anywhere. Neither of us are in a space right now to be able to come down or to see from another perspective. It's okay to maybe have a safe word and we're going to put that on pause until we're back. Right? And then to come back and go, okay, so that's on pause. Like, what do we want to do? Do we want to have a meal? Do we want to watch a movie? What do we want to do together? And allow yourself to regulate together. And then when it feels safe and it feels supportive, then you come back and it's like, okay, now we both are in a place where we feel like we can talk about this.
Yes.
Right?
There are times when you can't have that pause. Hi, Jan. So there are times when a decision has to be made immediately. But oftentimes there are moments when we can pause.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Maru said, I'm a freezer. When I get upset, I can't express myself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If there's an emergency situation or something like that, that's different. But how much of the things that we get upset about or argue about or whatever, do we make an emergency, but they're not.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
True.
Right. Like, obviously, yes, if there's an emergency and we need to make a decision, then, somebody's going to have to make the decision. But,
Deep breath, safe word, gone. Get out of my bubble.
I love it.
And what's fun is it's a special kind of relationship when you have code words like that.
Mm-hmm.
People don't need to understand them. They just watch and see what suddenly it's like, oh, okay. Something magical just happened. And it's the magic because the people in this relationship value the relationship to press pause or to go into protect mode or something like that. And my niece and her husband, they're great parents to 5 kids.
Oh my goodness.
5 children.
That's patience right there.
Yes. And at one point there was a saying I heard mom say, looking at dad, I need a timeout. And that was the moment where dad, like, okay, stepped in, took over, mom went away. And then when mom came back, it was fine. And it was because I don't know about you, but as a child, I never pushed anyone's buttons. I was a pure angel. Yeah, Tanys got that fake smile. Gerald.
I'm sitting here thinking, what's the correct reaction to that? I'm taking a pause. 5-second rule.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, because it was like, okay, and I witnessed it. It was like, okay, the energy, it was a subtle shift, and it was like, okay, everybody is safe, and dad was going, okay, because everybody needed a nap.
Yes.
I've talked about that before too with my kiddos. Like, there are times where it was like, mom's in timeout. You guys do whatever you want to do for 5 minutes. I need a timeout.
It is so important to make it okay for people to have time, as Maru says, recoup energy. And it's just like going, I need a minute, and to make it okay. I think, there's got to be some parents out there that had kids who actually said, I need a timeout. I'm going to go in my room. Or, it's like, mommy, do you need a timeout? And it's like, well, maybe. But it's that idea of we give it the power. What? I was an angel too. Push button
angel with horns peeking through, maybe.
Maru always won arguments with logic.
Yes, of course.
and logic really works with emotions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But I think, I love the idea of, just having that space and making it okay.
Yeah.
To go, I need to recoup my energy without a big explanation.
Yeah.
And,
that's something that we've done here is I'll be like, okay, I need a quiet time. So I kind of put myself in a timeout too, especially if I'm feeling like overstimulated because we've just gotten in from somewhere. I'll be like, okay, I just need to sit quietly right now. And we sit in our chairs and I'm just quiet. I regulate, so but when you can articulate, it really does help. Because when I wasn't, there were times when it didn't go as well because I wasn't able to express. I was almost past my point where I could do that.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh. Melanie was the youngest of 5. Apparently she was the brat.
I'm the youngest of 12, and mom and dad stopped when they got it right.
Yeah. Jan says she's not an angel. I used the timeout for mommy when I was in the deep, dark depths of motherhood. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Nope. She was also the youngest of 5.
Wow.
Oh. Lots of the youngest in here.
It does model this, though, right? Modeling timeouts is great for your kids. It allows them
Absolutely
to be okay with, oh, I need a timeout. I need to listen to my body here.
And I think modeling for anything is fine, especially when we do it consistently.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other side of that, we make it normal. Somebody says, thank you, I needed that. And then be able to articulate what's needed because, Schumann at 55, did anybody do the math? What of an increase is that from 7.8 to 55? I'm just trying to see if people can do that math for me. And so I'm the classic middle child, even born on a Wednesday. Yeah.
Definitely best to turn away, take a deep breath, and revisit other triggering comment.
Mm-hmm.
Whatnot, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And boy, if you want to really connect with someone, you meet them where they are when they're having a struggle, and you do it gently. That is going to make a lasting impact because they suddenly see and experience what it's like to have the support they need in the moment they need it. That's what people are going to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah, we do. We need time to order our thoughts and our emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
And it's interesting too, and I've come across this with clients before, but when we're not used to somebody holding that space, when we're not used to having somebody who will have the tough conversation with us or who will accept what we need and do that, there are times where the moment that it happens, it's almost a little dysregulating because you're like, whoa, I don't know how to react in this moment. Right. So even noticing that if you're actually getting something that you asked for, and if it feels a little off, it's okay. It's okay to just be like, whoa, this is new. I got to settle into this for a minute. Like I got to integrate something different here because this isn't what I'm used to. And that's okay too.
Mm-hmm. It really is. Sun Dragon took a shot at it, and I had my AI assistant take a shot at it. It's a 47 point, wait a minute. Okay, so it's a 47.2 increase, which is 605.13% increase from 7.5 to 55. 605.1% increase.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a bit of a difference, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And to think we've had spikes up to like 1 in 200. Some say there's even been some up 300. Wow. Big spikes, just quick ones, not up there forever, but so no wonder we feel that dysregulation.
Yeah,
and
because there's just so much coming at us.
Blast off.
Yes,
if this is something that you pay attention to.
Yeah.
I find it hard to regulate myself when I'm with people who process their emotions by dumping them outside. Big feelings, find the nearest target and dump. That's hard on me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
People react to triggers of unreasonable fear and often need help in recognizing their pattern. I've learned a lot from watching Say Yes to the Dress.
But
lessons come from all different places, don't they?
They do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think, when it comes to those tough emotions, and I know we're getting there on the time, but
Mhm.
one of the things I've noticed for myself, and again, we each, operate on in our own unique way. But when I'm around those tough emotions, that moment of, if a part of me, if even a little piece of me picks that up, or has a story that I need to tell or that I tell myself about it, it impacts me differently than if I'm able to go, whew, okay, you're bringing a lot forward, but I'm not actually like owning any piece of it. So just, it makes a difference to notice, right? And people that we really care about, like, I've mentioned this before. My eldest is a Scorpio, and we know what emotions are present at any given moment all the time. Right? And
Yeah.
so there is that ability, like, that for a long time, whenever there was like an anger or an upset or whatever, as mom, I'd be like, I got to fix this. I got to take this on. I don't like this. I don't like the discomfort of the feeling, all of that kind of stuff. But once I was able to get to a place, and again, it's still not comfortable to be in the energy, but once I got to a place where I was like, not mine. I am here if you need me. And if you don't, that's okay. And that, I think, makes all the difference in the world when it comes to being able to navigate some of those emotions that are showing up around us. Because collectively and everything else, we're feeling all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. Well said,
Yeah.
Linda. Yes, Jennifer, that's how I deal with that. I just watch thinking none of this is about me. It's still hard to take, though. It is still hard to take.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But it does shift it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. So, Maru, I have moments, but I'm called Sunshine a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's awesome. So,
I pulled our home play.
yes, please.
Yay.
And so good for regulating the system, as long as we are not so overstimulated that we can't do it. Hug somebody.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so it says hug someone. Are you keeping others at arm's length, grandchild? It might be time to relax your guard a little. All beings are connected through the great circle of life and capable of great love. Let this love in. You are meant to live in community so that you can express this love to others. Remember your sacred lineage and reach out to your relations. They need your love as much as you need theirs. Let them in. Your arms are made for enfolding life. When infused with love in your heart, your arms can make a sacred circle. Allow someone into the sacred circle that only you can create. You are safe, grandchild. Be strong in yourself and know your boundaries while being gentle with the world. It's okay to touch someone. Embrace those who will understand the honor you have bestowed upon them. Are you afraid to share your physical space? Remember, it is yours to share. You are a powerful being, and when you wrap your arms around someone with love in your heart, you are declaring yourself a part of creation. Embrace the world. Embrace yourself.
Nicely said.
Definitely. Mhm.
Nicely said.
Kaylee says she gets to do that tonight.
Yay!
Well, that's because we're having enlightenment evening here tonight. So
What's enlightenment evening?
it's a spiritual gathering that I have once a month in person,
Very nice.
and we let the guides lead. We usually put out cards and stuff. We somewhat psychic development kind of evening, but we let the guides tell us what they want to tell us that night. Sometimes it's just conversation. Sometimes they want us to do a little bit more structure. So just depends what happens.
Very nice.
Mhm.
Very nice.
What have you got going on?
Later today, I am with the Mystic Four. Purple Elephant Deb H is hosting it. I have a show with Jamie tomorrow. which is back and forth with Jamie and Gerald. Tune in. And I'm taking all day Wednesday off because I need to do a thing. And on Friday evening, I am on the Fart Show, where talking about needing to change pressure and release certain energies. A fart can certainly do that.
It can.
That it can.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Those
Very
who know
good.
in the energy clearing world know that releasing the gases is an important part of the process.
It is.
Whether it's burping or farting or whatever.
Yes.
Tends to be burping, but for me.
Yeah. What have you got going on, Jen?
I've got a couple of recording things coming up, but other than this on the lives, that's it. I did actually start, and I actually started it. I've been saying I'm going to do this for like eons, and I haven't, but Mystic Mondays, where they're just little shorts that talk about a mystical truth and just invite space for reflection. And so that's this Monday was the second Monday that I have done that. So they're on the YouTube. So again, if you're subscribed, you will get them when they come out. But they're just, like I said, little shorts that talk about what it is to live the mystical life today in the midst of everything that we're in the midst of.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Beautifully. And so we encourage you to like and subscribe all of our channels. We do have support group on Saturday, I believe.
Okay.
Oh, really?
See, this is Tanys taking care of my schedule.
We have support group with Beyond Being Human. And so on Saturday.
I should just let you go first.
So we have some exciting news as a group as well. We have now got 9 teachers working with the Twillow Lifestyle Academy, doing all sorts of different classes, doing all sorts of different areas. We're in the process of reorganizing the website for ease and to make it more of a journey. And so one of our teachers is teaching something this weekend, and it is like menopause decoded. And so if you're going through that, this is all online, so it can be accessed from anywhere in the world. And Nicole has been in nutrition and fitness for many years, and is very much strong in those areas as well as many others. So quite a talented lady. So I am going to be doing some intro videos with the new teachers, and she's one of them. And so we'll be bringing that forth. But one of her classes is this coming Sunday, the 19th at 7 p.m. So you can check out twillowlifestyle.ca and go to the events page, and it is posted there.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And you mentioned support group. Support group is with Beyond
Yes.
Being Human.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can go to beyondbeinghuman.org/support-groups and sign up. You'll get the link. It's free. And if for whatever reason you have a problem with that, just reach out to me and I'll send it to you. So we'll make sure you get it. But it's a beautiful time on Zoom where we get together. It's not recorded. And we just kind of walk each other home. We journey together. We share where we're at, what's going on, all of that kind of wonderful stuff.
So come and chat with us.
Mm-hmm. We love having you chatting here. It's awesome. But then we get to actually chat face to face, which is also super.
And see each other. You guys get to see us, but we don't get to see you very often. So
yes.
Yeah. So please, welcome to join us. And on that note, we want to wish you all tons of love. Final thoughts, Gerald?
Be nice to yourself and be nice to other people. Be kind, be compassionate. have a little bit of grace, kids.
Mm-hmm. Jen?
I love that. I'm so into just have some grace, but also wrap yourself in that warm hug. And if you get the opportunity to hug another beautiful soul, go ahead and do that too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Lead with love. We'll see you next week back here at 5 p.m. next Monday. Bye, everyone.